welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara and today we are going to talk about music. Specifically about rock music because I've always been the rock kind of girl and I am into rock music, heavy music, metal music, punk music, all sorts of guitar heavy and drum heavy music, basically. If that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. Like I said, I've always been the rock kind of girl. I always enjoyed heavy music, especially guitar, bass, drum-driven music, and I grew up with the classics because my mom, she used to listen to rock music as well. But later on, I kind of found my own niche, I guess, where I discovered some bands that I enjoy very much. If you asked me which is my favorite rock band, I would tell you without a doubt and without hesitation that that's Pay Money to My Pain. They are a Japanese rock band and they are not active anymore, sadly, because the vocalist of Pay Money to My Pain passed away, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. It pains me to say, and it's always a very difficult topic for me because Kay, the vocalist of Pay Money to My Pain, used to be a friend of mine. He is a friend of mine even though he's not alive anymore. He is still very dear to me. He is an important part of me. I hold him still in my heart and think about him a lot, but I'm not going to get too much into detail about that because first of all I would start crying, and second of all I think that's very personal and private. I was lucky enough to go to a couple of Pay Money to My Pain concerts when he was still alive. I was also lucky enough to hang out backstage and go to after show parties where I met a lot of awesome people. Most of those people are now very close friends of mine. I consider them family, and I still meet a lot of new people because of my friends. So I know a lot of people in the Japanese rock scene, and it's always, like I said, so good to go back to Japan and hang out with them, to see them, and yeah. I also, of course, used to love, or still love, Kay's former band, which was called Gun Dog. And he founded Pay Money to My Pain afterwards, and Pay Money to My Pain had 4 members. The vocalist, like I said, was Kay, and the bassist was Tsuyoshi. Pablo was the guitar player and Zax was the drummer. I met, of course, all of them. They're all super nice. And another band that I enjoyed very much is the Japanese punk rock band Rise. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. I enjoyed their music very much. Every time I listen to Rise songs, I kind of feel like I'm back in Japan, like I'm back in Tokyo, because when I was living in Tokyo, I was listening to Pay Money to My Pain and to Rise a lot, and I think basically every day. So it kind of takes me back to being in Japan and enjoying my time there, especially during the spring, summertime. It always kind of brings back memories, I would say. And the vocalist of Rise, Jesse McFadden, he recently came out with his own album, which is very nice. I will put up the album cover and the name of the album up here. And he, of course, was a friend of Kay as well, and of the other members of Pay Money to My Pain. He founded a new band called The Bones, and he founded the band with Tsuyoshi, the bass player of Pay Money to My Pain, and also Zax, which was the drummer of Pay Money to My Pain, like I said. And I enjoy the Bones as well, of course, because God, they are family and they make awesome music. So unfortunately, I was not able to go to a The Bones concert as of now, but I hope I can when I can go back to Japan. Another friend of mine used to have several bands basically, but the latest band that is also not active anymore was called Loka, and they have been to Berlin as well. They played a show here in a small club in Berlin, and I went to the show, of course. I have some video footage of that as well. So if you would like to see that, please leave me a comment below. Tell me that you would like to see the footage of the Loka show, and I will ask Kihiro if that's okay for him and for the other band members. If they say that's okay, then I probably will upload the footage. And yeah, I also enjoy a lot of other Japanese bands, but most of them are kind of indie, I guess. If you would like to see that, I could make a whole different video on that, but I guess since most of those people are also friends of mine, you would probably maybe not know about those bands, so I'm not sure if it makes any sense for me to just drop names of bands. Like I said, if that's interesting to you, of course, I make a different video and then I can tell you about all those beautiful bands and all the great music that they do. But as of now, I think I will keep it at that. And if you were wondering what this box in the background of my video is and what those figurines are, it's important to me. Because those figurines are Pay Money to My Pain figurines. They are limited edition, they were limited edition, and I got them a couple of years ago thanks to my friend Momoko, because she ordered them for me and shipped them over to Germany. So thank you very much, Momoko, again for that, because without you I wouldn't have been able to get these limited edition figurines. And the box is the Nine Microphones 10-year anniversary box, which I wanted to have so badly. It came out last year, I think, and it included some clothes and some accessories and other things. And it's very important to me because Nine Microphones is the brand that Kay, the vocalist of Pay Money to My Pain, founded a couple of years ago with some friends, and those friends still keep the brand alive, which I'm very happy about because Kay put a lot of work and a lot of his creative mind in Nine Microphones. So that's why I'm very happy to still see the brand alive and thriving. If you have seen the Netflix show Alice in Borderland, you might have seen a Nine Microphones shirt, and the guy that was wearing the Nine Microphones shirt in the background, he was not a main character but a side character basically. So if you've seen those, I will put some pictures up here. Then congratulations, I guess. It made me very happy, of course, and to me it was kind of a big deal to see my friend's brand in a Netflix show. It was a little bit crazy to me. I was very surprised, but of course also very happy. But I guess it's not that big of a surprise because a lot of people in Japan enjoy Pay Money to My Pain's music, and they knew Kay, so they knew also his brand Nine Microphones. So a lot of people still wear, of course, his clothes. And the Japanese rock scene basically is kind of small. Everybody knows everybody, and people are supporting each other, supporting each other's bands and brands. So I guess maybe it's not that big of a surprise then. I also enjoy American rock bands. Back in the 2000s-ish, my first rock concert was Papa Roach. I think you have heard of them. Because they kind of blew up in 2000s. And after they released their Infest album in 2000, they actually came to Berlin and played a show in a small club that was called Razzle Dazzle. It's not open anymore, they had to close that down. But yeah, I was at the show in 2000 and I very much enjoyed it. I was so early that I actually met Papa Roach, but I will tell you about that in a different video because I'm going to make a separate video on Papa Roach and on basically mostly the Infest album and a couple of other songs that they came out with, because there are a lot of Papa Roach songs that kind of saved my life, I would say. Not to be dramatic, but music, like I said, has always been like therapy to me. When I went to the Papa Roach show in 2000, I also saw a support act from Germany, Hamburg. They were called Forlyn, 4LYN, which stands for Four Little Young Nasties, and I very much enjoyed their music. It was called nu metal back then, which is totally bullshit because it was just rock music mixed with some rap parts in there as well, hip-hop parts in there. And I've actually became friends with Forlyn and with the members. And I've been to so many Forlyn shows that I can't even count anymore. I've met many different bands because Forlyn was touring with so many different support acts that I also can't even count anymore. I just know that, for example, I met an awesome band from Australia which was called The Butterfly Effect. They were very, very popular in Australia and also in America, I think. And they've been to Berlin a couple of times, and of course I've been to their shows as well, hung out with them, and kind of became friends with the bass player Glenn. And another band that I've also met through Forlyn was the American band called Insolence. And Insolence was also very popular in Japan. I'm still in touch with some of the members. They are sadly not active anymore as well, but I very much enjoyed their music too. Another band that I also love very much is Evanescence. And I actually share the love for Evanescence with my sister-in-law. We've been to an Evanescence concert a couple of years ago. I'm not sure, was it 2017, I guess, maybe? She recently told me because she found actually the concert ticket. And I also recently found a picture of us at the concert. It was so much fun. And honestly, the recent albums that they released I didn't really enjoy, but the last album, The Bitter Truth, that they released this year is so good. It reminds me so much of the old Evanescence albums, and I very much enjoy that. I also love Limp Bizkit. Of course, a lot of people have mixed opinions about Limp Bizkit, and especially Fred Durst, but I love Limp Bizkit. I still listen to them a lot, basically, and there's so many different other bands that I could tell you about that I enjoy, but the video would be forever if I tell you about all my favorite bands. But of course, one of them is also Nirvana. It's a classic. If you don't like Nirvana, something is seriously wrong with you, especially if you love rock music but you don't listen to Nirvana. I don't understand what's wrong with you. And I judge you, of course. Yeah, but for today, I guess that's it, because I just wanted to have a small introduction to the bands that I enjoy very much. And we did that, so I would like to get in touch with you. Let me know in the comments below which bands you enjoy and what type of music genres you enjoy. I also think there's no such thing as rules when it comes to music. No one should tell you that if you like this type of genre or this type of genre that you can't listen to other types of genres. That's bullcrap to me. And I think everybody should listen to whatever they enjoy. Like I said, I have different genres that I enjoy. I love rock music, I love metal sometimes, I also enjoy pop sometimes. Specific artists, I love R&B, I love hip hop. There is no such thing as rules when it comes to music, if you ask me. But that's enough ranting from me about that. For today, I guess that's it. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. As I said before, there will be a couple other videos about specific bands that, and especially lyrics of them that I find important for me, that mean a lot to me. And for today, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week. And until the next video, stay real, keep it real. Bye bye.